We are not makers of history. We are made by history. Lightning makes no sound until it strikes. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. There is nothing more tragic than to find an individual bogged down in the length of life, devoid of breadth. Science investigates, religion interprets. Science gives man knowledge, which is power. Religion gives man wisdom, which is control. Science deals mainly with facts. Religion deals mainly with values. The two are not rivals. Property is intended to serve life, and no matter how much we surround it with rights and respect, it has no personal being. It is part of the earth man walks on. It is not man. We must use time creatively in the knowledge that the time is always ripe to do right. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance and should be undertaken with painstaking excellence. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. Rarely do we find men who willingly engage in hard, solid thinking. There is an almost universal quest for easy answers and half-baked solutions. Nothing pains some people more than having to think. Shallow understanding from people of goodwill is more frustrating than absolute misunderstanding from people of ill will. The quality, not the longevity, of one's life is what is important. A lie cannot live. The past is prophetic in that it asserts loudly that wars are poor chisels for carving out peaceful tomorrows. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. There can be no deep disappointment where there is not deep love. It is not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for it. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Only in the darkness can you see the stars. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Let no man pull you so low as to hate him. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politic nor popular, but he must take it because his conscience tells him it is right. No one really knows why they are alive until they know what they die for. A man who won't die for something is not fit to live. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Never succumb to the temptation of bitterness. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into friend. No person has the right to reign on your dreams. You will change your mind, you will change your looks, you will change your smile, laugh, and ways, but no matter what you change, you will always be you. Whatever your life's work is, do it well. A man should do his job so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn could do it no better. Everything that we see is a shadow cast by that which we do not see. We must concentrate not merely on the negative expulsion of war, but the positive affirmation of peace. The art of acceptance is the art of making someone who has just done you a small favor wish that he might have done you a greater one. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Nothing in all the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Man must evolve for all human conflict a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love. Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a constant attitude. "10,000 fools proclaim themselves into obscurity, while one wise man forgets himself into immortality." When you are right, you cannot be too radical. When you are wrong, you cannot be too conservative. That old law about an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. The time is always right to do the right thing. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. We are prone to judge success by the index of our salaries or the size of our automobiles rather than by the quality of our service and relationship to mankind. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. This is the interrelated structure of reality. Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. I came to the conclusion that there is an existential moment in your life when you must decide to speak for yourself. Nobody else can speak for you. Almost always, the creative, dedicated minority has made the world better. The soft-minded man always fears change. He feels security in the status quo, and he has an almost morbid fear of the new. For him, the greatest pain is the pain of a new idea. We cannot walk alone. I am not interested in power for power's sake, but I'm interested in power that is moral, that is right, and that is good. He who passively accepts evil is as much involved in it as he who helps to perpetrate it. He who accepts evil without protesting against it is really cooperating with it. Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle, the tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals. People fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. We will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Law and order exist for the purpose of establishing justice, and when they fail in this purpose, they become the dangerously structured dams that block the flow of social progress. People fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men. All progress is precarious, and the solution of one problem brings us face to face with another problem. History will have to record that the greatest tragedy of this period of social transition was not the strident clamor of the bad people, but the appalling silence of the good people. Seeing is not always believing. Mankind must put an end to war, or war will put an end to mankind. At the center of nonviolence stands the principle of love. Which of the quotes do you like the most? Please leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.